I was born in Red Wing, Minnesota, and we lived there for a short period of time, and then we moved over to Zebroda, Minnesota, and that's where my father's parents lived, and we lived there for a few years, and then when it was time for me to go to school, kindergarten, they moved back to Red Wing. But anyways, Red Wing was a beautiful place to live, and it still is a beautiful town. But I went to kindergarten there just for a couple of months, and then we moved to South Minneapolis over onto Boardman, and we rented a house there, and the city got on the people who were people who rented because they had an outside toilet, and they didn't allow you to rent the building that had an outside toilet. So we had to move across the street over onto 34th, which then I went to Keewatin School. So I went to 3 different kindergartens just because we moved around. But one day when my brother and I, we were in the front yard of our house, and my mother was over at the grocery store, we were watching these planes land, and it was really cool because when I lived in Red Wing or Zebroda, we never saw big planes up close. And 34th Avenue was the main approach runway to the airport. So the planes would come in very, very low, and I mean, it'd be so low, like the pilots, they trained a lot of pilots there, military pilots there, and you'd be able to see them sitting in the cockpits of the plane, and so it was really entertaining for us to watch those planes land there. Well, one day we were standing out there, and this B-26 bomber, Army plane, was taking off, and it was sputtering, and all of a sudden there was flame coming out of one motor. It was probably just a couple of 100 feet off the ground, and the pilot tried to turn around, and you could see that he couldn't make it, and he hit a telephone pole, and ironically there was 3 empty lots that were there, and he smoked right into those lots, and it just blew up, just one heck of an explosion. There was 6 soldiers that were on board, and of course they were all killed. They didn't hit any of the buildings there, which are with any people in them, but they did hit like 3 garages. I remember a Model A that was burnt to the ground, and but there was parts all over the place. I know some of the parts went flying through the windows of the houses around there, but there was nobody really hurt that was on the ground. I remember my mother; she just come home screaming. I mean, we're less than 500 feet from where the explosion was. So needless to say, you could even feel the heat and, of course, the smoke. And I'll never forget that smell. I'll never forget that smell. We were lucky that it could have hit any of the houses where we were at. So we lucked out there. But that's one thing that I will never forget is that airplane crash. It will be in my memory forever.